Hi, everybody. It's Clint again, CJ. Um, you might be wondering why I have a couple of old board games in front of me, and I thought I'd start telling you some of the stuff I did at home to rehab myself, along with what I was going through in outpatient. Um, when I had each stroke, I had different parts of my mind that were affected, and how much they were affected varied. Um, I went through speech therapy both times. Um, Part of that was not just speech, but coming up with the proper words. I went through a long time where I could come up with very difficult things, but couldn't come up with the animal that you pet that's not a dog. Um, and that was very frustrating for me. So I would go to therapy, and they give me different ways to think of words, different ways to describe words. They talk about, say, everything about the word until someone guesses it. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a big fan of movies. So I would forget an actor's name and describe 30 movies they were in, and everyone would draw a blank, because it was the one movie that I didn't say that they would have came up with. I played a trivia game and couldn't think of the movie The Godfather, but I could tell you who wrote it, who was in it, the plot of the movie, and the people I was with didn't know what I was talking about. So one of the things that I did, and still do, I daily use my robot assistant to play games, trivia games that are on. I have different things I do each day to keep my mind sharp. Excuse me, but these games, and Taboo, were ones that I used specifically, not necessarily playing the game because I was alone, but I would sit at home, and just read myself questions. So as you can see, there's a lot to go through. Well, this is a game of, hey, we'll give you three words and you tell us what they have in common. So I would go through each thing and go, okay, I got all three, or I didn't get all three. I didn't get any of them, to try and go through that. And I had these laying around, so it cost me nothing. Um, but it was trying to reconnect the neurons in my brain, so that I could do something. Taboo has different things that you have to describe the word without saying it. Mind Trap, if you've ever played this, is a logic puzzles, and you have to figure out what happens. So I would read them to myself. So these are just some of the ways that I was using to rehab my mind, so that I could speak as well as it is, with different people as I went through. So it's something you can do at home, to keep in between sessions of somebody coming up with ideas. Different board games you may have in your house. You may have other ones that you come up with, but it's a cheap and easy way to activate the mind and keep it going. And I hope this helps.